One Metro Atlanta company is going somewhere that few have gone before. Joe Ripley this morning taking us to outer space. Good morning, sir.
One small step for us, one giant leap for this company in Marietta. Trevor Smith has been up to some fantastic things. He started in Mississippi. That's where he grew up. He moved to Atlanta in 2010 to study commercial real estate and go into that industry. Well, Dan, things change. Plans change for Trevor Smith. He started Atomic 6, which the name comes from the periodic table, taking you back to school, to science class a little bit. 6 is the element number, the atomic element for carbon, and that's what his space composites, those materials, are made of. So Trevor Smith launching this company in 2018 and going further than he ever would have dreamed of. As a kid, Trevor Smith never could have predicted the trajectory of his career.
I grew up racing motorcycles. I like things that go fast.
Now, he's moving at Mach speed.
Carbon fiber tends to go on things that move, and fighter jets and spaceships and rockets just seem to go really fast and sound like a fun thing to work on.
Smith owns one of a handful of space startups in Metro Atlanta. The former commercial real estate agent started Atomic 6 in 2018.
We set out to make the highest performing composites on the planet, also be able to make more than just one of them. So at scale, thousands and thousands of composite production parts.
The company specializes in space armor tiles, which help protect satellites from orbital debris.
You have to be able to stop debris moving at 7.5 kilometers per second, or about 17,000 miles an hour.
Atomic 6 also makes durable light-wing solar arrays, which help power operations in space.
It should be in the most demanding and harsh environments.
The materials undergo thermal vacuum testing in these chambers, vibration testing, and impact testing.
Our goal is to put this ultimately on satellites and human-rated space stations.
From Marietta, Georgia to the moon, Trevor Smith and a dozen employees have already secured billions in deals, working with companies like SpaceX, ready to launch into the next phase of their mission.
To finally see all that work and effort convert into a real customer that's flying it into space is just, it's super, super cool. I'll be taking my wife and my kids out to the launch.
And Atomic 6 has its first satellite launched and with its materials later this month in California. And then coming up later this year in October, their composites are going to rocket off on satellites as part of SpaceX's Transporter 18 mission.
I thought he was going to say he's going to take his wife and kids to space, which one day he may.
One day he might. I mean, this guy has had quite the trajectory to his career, his life. It's gone in a different direction from what he originally planned. But at the same time, next year, he says he's going to be part of this project to possibly construct data centers in lunar orbit. I'm not even sure how that works.
Isn't it wild? It's wild to think about the privatization of outer space and the space economy, as they call it.
Yeah.
Hit like $600 billion last year.
I believe it.
10 years from now, they're saying triple that. Almost $2 trillion in the space economy.
It's happening here too. You know, it's not just like, oh, that's something that we're thinking about down the road. It's happening now, and it's happening here. Of course, Trevor owns one of a handful of space companies. He says space startups is what he likes to call them here in Metro Atlanta. In Marietta, Georgia, this place is in our backyard. He's testing space materials. This stuff is withstanding, as you saw there in those videos, the harshest of conditions, better than really any other materials on the market.
Wow. He's doing fascinating work. Stay in touch with that gentleman, because he might just take you to space one day.
Hey, I'll see if he has an extra ticket for you and Reem.